was lucky that when my son was abducted, I was able to reach the president and immediately ordered Nurdin Haji to release him. And Nurdin, went ahead and released him. How about these parents and relatives who cannot reach the president? It is something that is so serious that we must shelve all other things that we are doing, because I do recall that during the campaigns, we went around the country saying that abductions, extrajudicial killings would never happen at our watch. But now it is happening. It has been happening, and we are trying to normalize it. As we are here, mourning and grieving about these 4 who have gone missing. We are also aware that 2 young men were killed in Nakuru. In circumstances that are very clear that those involved are security personnel. I want to say we cannot be told that the police do not know. Our police is known to be one of the most efficient in this region. And therefore, if they wanted to crack this matter and bring the culprits to book, it will be a matter of just a few days or hours. So I'm calling upon everybody in government, and more so particularly because ultimately responsibility must belong to somebody. We say the buck must stop somewhere. In this case, the president is the president of the Republic of Kenya, head of government, and commander-in-chief of all defense forces. Therefore, Mr. President, I'm calling upon you now to order an end to these abductions, which you promised, killings, extrajudicial killings, and an open inquiry to inquire into how these things have been happening. We cannot make it normal. We know that these are very young lives that have been taken away.
Ladies and gentlemen, that Justin Muturi could come out and start complaining again about these abductions is something that is very, very significant. Ladies and gentlemen, that Justin Muturi could actually point an accusing figure at William Samoei Ruto is very, very significant, politically speaking. Ladies and gentlemen, the city mortuary cannot actually run away from the blame. It has blood on its hand because these relatives have been coming to the mortuary, they have been coming to the morgue, and they would be told that the bodies are not there. They would not be shown the bodies, yet the bodies were lying there. So how did the body arrive here and the mortuary not even bother to even to invite Kenyans to come and see the people who are lying there? How did they go enter the mortuary in the first place? When you look at it, you realize there is a web of killing Kenyans, and it is not involving one person. It is a chain. Again, when you listen to J.B. Muturi has a very important point, because he is saying that the government has no business going to DRC, Democratic Republic of Congo, to go and call for peace when Kenyans are dying. Do you agree with J.B. Muturi that the government has no business going for try to go to the DRC to talk about stopping not abduction for that, telling Kenyans to that we need peace in DRC when our Gen Z are dying? It is very, very painful, ladies and gentlemen. And William Samoei Ruto, as the head of the government, as Muturi is saying, the buck stops with the president because he is the head of the government. Whether we accuse the Inspector General, whether we accuse an NIS, the buck stops with the president as the head of the government. Ladies and gentlemen, when you look at what J.B. Muturi is saying, we must have a conversation. We must come to an end of this thing. The fact that Kenyans will be talking about, what Kenyans will start saying is that J.B. Muturi just wants to be sacked so that he can be very, very popular. Because I have been telling you that it's true, it's just a matter of time before Rigathi Gachagua, J.B. Muturi, and Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta unite. And because I believe the force that is coming against William Samoei Ruto is a force that is very, very strong. And in this video, ladies and gentlemen, I want us to look very, very critically why J.B. Muturi accompanied the family of the bereaved to the city mortuary. Number one, in my view, Muturi knows very well that the government is involved. Because that clip here, what he was saying there, in fact, he fell short of telling Kenyans that William Samoei Ruto is behind this. Because when you look at what he was saying, and he is a CS, then you cannot dispute it. Because if a crocodile that lives in the water comes and tell you that the hippopotamus is sick, would you doubt? Would you doubt? Would you not doubt, ladies and gentlemen? Again, number two, why he decided to talk at this time. You know, he is also a victim. His son was also abducted. And now he was imagining what would have happened to his son. Because you see, these are people who were abducted at Mlologo. And two of them have been found dead. One is still missing. We don't know whether he's alive or not. And how many people, as J.B. Muturi is asking, how many people can access the president like he did? Because we know there are so many Kenyans whose children, whose sons and daughters have gone missing, and because they have, you know, they are just watu wa kawaida, ni watu tu wengine wa kusukuma rukwama mkokoteni, ni mama boga ni nini, hakuna kitu ambacho wanaweza fanya, kwa sababu unajua asiye na wake abiwa aeleke jiwe. Ladies and gentlemen, the other reason why Muturi decided to talk the way he was talking, I strongly believe that there is a wave that is coming and is likely to sweep everything on the way. When you hear J.B. Muturi saying that we need to have a conversation, when you hear J.B. Muturi saying that we need to sit down, have a conversation, you have to agree with him. You have to believe whatever he's saying. Because I believe that he must have consulted some other people who are not there. And what is going to come to in this country is going to shock many Kenyans. I'm telling you, it is going to shock many Kenyans. You know, the issue is not regarding Gachagua. Surely, that is not the issue. The issue is not DRC, because we are not in DRC. Muturi is saying a very valid point. A valid point that a government that has no business in protecting, a government that cannot protect its people, has no business being in leadership. Muturi is saying that if the government cannot actually assure citizens of their security, it has no business of being in office. Ladies and gentlemen, I also believe that Muturi is talking like this because of the pain of what we were seeing from these parents, by the way. Just imagine. You know, it is very, very painful to lose a child. It is very, very painful, ladies and gentlemen, to lose a loved one. And when you know this person, what crime did he commit? What crime did he commit? That's the question. And you see, when I see our members of parliament impeaching Gachagua, you know, I wonder, was Gachagua the priority, ladies and gentlemen? Why can't they impeach the president? Because he's the head of the government. If they are man enough, let them go to parliament, let them bring a motion of impeaching William Samoei Ruto. Because you see, all said and done, William Samoei Ruto is the head of the armed forces, all the armed forces. He's the commander-in-chief. He is the head of state. He is the head of government. He's a symbol of national unity. But now, because you see, which is worse? Tribalism and his sacrifice, as they accuse regarding Gachagua, or abducting Kenyans, losing Kenyans. You see, and that is why you see even Raila Amolo Odinga, his chances of winning the African Union position is in jeopardy. That chance of winning ni jambo ambalo linaleta shida nyingi sana, kwa sababu ukiangalia what is happening, you come and agree with me that he needs to do something, and it is also going to affect him. I was just adjusting something there because of the lights. So it is going to affect William Samoei Ruto's campaign for Raila Amolo Odinga to win this position. And just like a number of guys are saying that even this war in DRC that is now pitting SADC and East African community is going to affect Raila Amolo Odinga. I am telling you for sure it is going to affect, and I can tell you, 16 countries, because they are there, we have 16 countries under SADC. And if they decide that William Samoei Ruto is favoring Kagame, as Ramaphosa is saying, as Tshisekedi is saying, tuko na shida kubwa sana jameni. Raila pia kuna shida kubwa sana if this is what is going to happen. And I'm calling politicians from all walks of life, from Raila Amolo Odinga, James Orego, Oparanya, everybody, Kalonzo, Babu Owino, everyone, Gachagua, come out, defend your country, come out, say no to abductions. Those who are in the cabinet, how do you sit in the cabinet and you tell people to unite, yet the young ones are dying? How? Tell us, how do you do this? How does this happen? Mulisikia wapi jameni hata nyinyi niambieni. I don't know what you think, ladies and gentlemen, but what JB Muturi is saying is very, very important. It is very, very significant. Guys, as usual, I've noted that a number of guys watch my videos, but they fail to subscribe, others fail to like, and that is the only way you support this channel. Today I'm going to leave the number. If you want to communicate to me, please feel free to reach out to me. This is Accusations TV, the tallest man in Black Africa. Have a lovely weekend. Adios, adios, adios.